So for this setup you have to hit this aircraft carrier and steal a Hydra vertical takeoff aircraft. So first thing simple, you got to drive all your way over, get into this dinghy, and then take this dinghy on out to the boat. And once you're there, you head down to the rear of the boat, and you'll be able to board it and start working your way through the ship. And I'd actually say it's probably quite a simple mission. If you're a bad pilot though, then you can completely destroy the mission because of that. But if you're not confident and you don't feel like you can actually fly, you could just stay on the boat. There's nothing really to stop you. I just don't like get shot by planes, and you're probably gonna be okay. So first thing is to get off your boat and get onto the aircraft carrier, which I am doing beautifully here. Now what you want to do is you work your way through the hold of the ship. So you're starting at one end, you're basically heading to the other. But there's one extra room you don't have to go into, which I'll show you as well. So I usually like to work my way along here, then up this catwalk, through the doorway, and then up through the other doorway back into the hold again. This way I just get a little bit of height on the enemy and I can get some good shots off. You really want to go to that staircase on the right there if you want to get straight up to the deck. But if you continue here, you actually go through to another room which actually has a lot of supplies. So anyway, you can see here there's a medi-pack there for people to take. But also this room is actually quite interesting. You don't have to go in here, but it's actually full of armor and health. So they're dotted around the room, and if it happens that your team's not doing too well and you need resupplied with health and armor, then you can get it here. Because actually attacking the flight deck can be a bit risky. So you better see there's a few armors, and I think there's at least 4 armor in there for everybody. 1 for each person. Anyway, this is the door you actually want to go to get onto the flight deck. You'll have to clear a few people as you move your way up. And then what you want to do is start clearing out the flight deck. There'll be quite a few bad guys. You can see I run out of ammo there. And obviously you want to clear these out before you try to get in the plane. And then you want to get yourself a plane. So there's a large amount of planes that you can choose from. Only one Hydra and a whole ton of lasers. So you see I'm just clearing out these guys. Not doing the best of jobs, but I'm getting there. Now, with the aircraft, you don't actually have to bother going down the kind of runway or the deck of the ship. These things can take off on a dime. So you can see that guy's run down the deck, but all you need to do is just go full throttle, pull up. You can do it before you even leave the deck. And then if you're in a laser, it's simple. You just go and you hunt down the enemy. The left group comes first. So this left group of planes are the closest ones. So you want to start locking onto them. Preferably just use missiles, because if you're using guns you can accidentally hit your own planes. Missiles are a little bit less kind of error to them. And then it's just a matter of taking them out. The AI are not too great at shooting you down. All I'd say is don't fly in a straight line and you're probably going to be fine. And it's all about just locking on. So right, we'll switch over to the Hydra now and we'll show you what you should do in that plane. So, to the most part, it's just like getting into your normal plane. Jump in. You want to hold down the right trigger. This will initiate your engines and you'll start taking off vertically. And then right on the D-pad to switch to forward flight. Now this will drop you down quite a bit as it switches modes, so be off the ground by at least 20 feet probably. Now what I also thought was I'm going really slow, and it's because I actually forgot to put my gear up, because I'm hitting right on the D-pad I just seem to forget about gear entirely. So once the gear's up I seem to take off real good. I think the speed wise you're about the same speed as the other planes, you probably have about as much maneuverability as well. And I wouldn't fight these guys with the vertical mode. You could sit with the vertical mode and like spin around and shoot missiles at the bad guys, but I think you're going to be much more of a easy target for the AI to hit you. So this way, it's really hard. And for some reason I always got really close to the enemy in this plane. It seems to be really kind of, it feels good. It feels very maneuverable. Now the main thing you're probably going to want to watch out for is air-to-air collisions. You can see all three of us right now are really close to each other. Like really close. So I decided to kind of break off a little bit and get just a touch more distance on the enemy there. It seems to be okay. But you get some cool moments in this, like seeing people flying around in front of you and things, missiles going off. Really cool. Now you can see at that point, 2 of my guys died. Now we only had 1 life, so I don't actually know how that we didn't fail. I'm not sure if it's maybe because we died simultaneously, in that way it didn't kind of initiate a fail. So very surprising. And I can't quite tell. It looks like there's potentially 4 still alive, but it is odd. So anyway, once you kill the planes, you head straight to Sandy Shores Airfield. And I just prefer landing it just like a normal plane. You can easily just hover it in and then take it into the aircraft the hangar. But I definitely prefer just to land it like a normal plane, nice and simple. It's pretty easy to land, just like any other plane. And then just simply take it to the runway and use your rudder controls to bring it towards the hangar. And there we go, nice and simple.
People, go to work. EMP comes out of the jet, goes back into the 4x4. We use the jet to make some money, destabilize an oil state, and we prep the insurgent to go back into the Merryweather fleet. Now, we're moving on to phase 2, and that means taking the insurgent, once it's fitted with the EMP, and getting it into Humane labs, so we can turn the lights on. Hey! Careful with that thing! It also means getting a Valkyrie attack chopper from, well, this will teach them who to listen to, Merryweather Security at the port of LS. Once we're done with that, we'll go back to your place, get started on that thing I know nothing about. Details are on your board. Your board at the apartment. Go!